So this lady uses throwing stars, which is also the last time that they appeared in an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is unfortunate. I remember using them. I mean, they were kind of not great. But...
Throwing stars and darts were only in Morrowind. There was actually quite a few different ranged weapons, and it's interesting. And just like spells, she eventually runs out. Although I could probably just run up to her. Ow. Ow.
Oof. Ooh. Jeez.
Stop. Stop that. She must be a ninja. She must have a high agility, because I'm having a really hard time hitting her.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was a very painful sounding death.
Yeah, kinda. Alright, on the ever steel staff. I don't want that. We're on the everlasting quest for loot and gold. All of these crates actually have randomized items in them. They basically just, depending on what kind of items they want, it's like a flag that they'll put on the object, and then it will spawn random objects inside. Like, for example, this one will spawn like random alchemical ingredients. Like all of these, including moon sugar, which is an illegal substance in Morrowind. In the Empire, I should say. Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, most of this stuff is not interesting at all. Skooma is another illegal substance. It's worth a lot of money, but it's hard to find someone to sell it to. Thankfully...
who buys it other than, you know, the two most notable ones?
Actually, they don't. I'm pretty sure that the two merchants we're talking about do not buy skooma or moon sugar. I think one of them might, but the other one won't. There's actually like legitimate merchants in the game who will buy skooma and moon sugar from you, but it's because they're a little on the shadier side. And I know who one of them is. I'm also going to take these pillows.
One's a Khajiit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm taking pillows too. Ooh.
You never know.
It's really disorienting when I like turn around and there's something in my field of view. So like everything goes all blurry all of a sudden.
Perspective.
Yep.
Moth asks, is there any background on moon sugar, why it's banned or what it is?
Well, skooma is like processed moon sugar. I think it's just basically like cocaine and heroin, more or less.
Oh.
Is there a torch that I can steal?
So not actually sugar.
No, it's not. Like, if you actually look at it in game, it's like really big crystals, but it doesn't. I think that's just because of the limitations of the game. So I don't know exactly. But anyway, we're gonna head back here, and it's actually so dark back here that I need to carry a torch with me.
Realism.
Oh, my torch went out because I went underwater. I cannot see anything. Thankfully, thankfully it's brighter underwater.
Little known fact.
Yeah. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever can't see, just immerse your head in water, and the way will be made
in a cave.
clear. Yeah. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure... Oh, we do lose our torch.
Oh, really? Just from being extinguished?
So, this is probably really hard to see, but... Oh, there's a rat right here. I don't want to cast a spell. Where did you go? There you are.
I don't think you can, even if you did.
The rat has been vanquished, and there are some glowing mushrooms here, so we can actually see. Some bones and some gold, and don't want to get stuck on the geometry. If you look very, very carefully, there's a magic ring.
Oh.
It's not a very great ring. It's the thief ring. Fortify agility, speed, and personality for 5 points for 30 seconds.
Nice.
Not bad. Some more bones next to some glowing mushrooms. I don't really know what's going on there.
A man came in and he couldn't leave the mushrooms behind, so he just laid down and died.
I guess
with his
so.
friend.
Be very careful because I can't see where I'm going. And that drops us out right here at the start of the cave. Congratulations, we've completed our first dungeon.
Woo!
And all before breakfast. Well, it's 11 a.m. But I ate breakfast at like 2 today, so I'm not going to complain.
That's right. And it's Morrowind. Maybe they don't even have breakfast.
Exactly. Alright. I could stop in at Ariel and trade in some of my junk, but I'm not carrying that much, so I'm just going to keep moving. We are done in Sedanine. We can finally move on.
Balmoros next?
Yeah, pretty much. Or, Pelagiad, I guess.
Yeah.
The little village. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's another imperial town.
Mm-hmm.
Signposts actually have names on them.
Oh, very nice.
Balmora, Vivek, and Pelagiad. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
What?
I know that one of like the former emperors was named Pelagius, or Pelagius. It was also pronounced, which I'm pretty sure is wrong.
Yeah.
Nah.
Also, it's not a very good name for an emperor, because then it's like pelagic.
Yeah.
Just like laying on the bottom of the ocean.
As soon as you go over that hill, you are assaulted by this thing. A Quama forager. It's
the Quama.
It's a caterpillar. It's an orange caterpillar. Again, these are like random enemy spawns. So sometimes that will be a rat, sometimes it will be a scrib, sometimes it's a Quama forager.
Mm-hmm.
I've made this run many times, believe me. It
just looks really good.
It does. This is the Ascadian Isles region. There's another ancestral tomb here, but we're not going to go in there because we'll probably get killed.
What's in there? Just more bone walkers? Or?
That is actually an interesting tomb. There's actually something in there that relates to the main quest of the game.
Oh. Are we going to be going there eventually?
Eventually, yes. We will have to go in there. But for now, we can take in the giant mushrooms and the plant life of the Ascadian Isles. Willow flowers, heather.
It's lovely.
Heather is actually an ingredient that lets you make restore health potions.
We could use one of those now.
We could. Also, I promised guars in my post in the streaming thread. Well, here's a guar.
Majestic.
He will not attack you. Guars are not hostile enemies. He always is here. I don't know why. At his little watering hole. Guar.
Oh.
Guars are essentially the horses of Morrowind because they don't have horses because they eat them. That's literally the in-game explanation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They don't have horses because they ate all of them. All of them.
I couldn't imagine horses doing very well in Vardenfell.
Probably not. Guars are suited a little more for it. They've got the reptilian hide.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, you can just imagine the horses being abducted by the cliff racers and...
We haven't seen cliff racers yet. We'll see how long we can go before
let's pray we never will.
Yeah. So, this is Pelagiad. There is a bard in town. This is something that the mods add. This was not in the vanilla game. Which was curious because the actual instruments, like lutes and stuff, were in the game. Lutes and drums and stuff. But you couldn't do anything with them. They were just there for flavor. But anyway, this Pelagiad is actually an imperial fort, as you can see.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember this place.
And it has the village built outside of it. That's why there's kind of a mix of races too. There's, a high elf here, there's a dark elf there, and there's this guy who I'm pretty sure is a Nord. Kunthar. That's definitely a Nord. Let's hit up.
This is where you can join the Legion, right?
I think you can join the Legion from a few different places. This might be one of them. But we're going to talk to Mebestein Ents. Oh yeah, he won't barter with us unless we get rid of that skooma, because it's a controlled substance. So we'll just put it on the counter in front of us, and then we'll talk to him.
I think it's just bribery.
Yeah, he just doesn't want us to hold it. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I don't need to like click and drag items over, so I keep buying things that I don't need to. What else do we need to sell? I'll sell you the Wraith's Wedding Dowry. I don't need that. I'll send... Oh, you don't buy lockpicks. Fine. I'll keep... Actually, I don't need the Thief Ring. I'll keep the Cursed Ring, because I'm pretty sure there is a way to fix it. I'll sell you the Grief. I'll sell him Grief. He sells junk. He's a general trader, so he doesn't really usually have anything of value. He does have glass arrows, which are interesting.
Oh.
But they're not really that great. The problem with arrows is that they are very much a non-renewable resource, depending on like the higher tier ones anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like glass arrows, there are a finite amount of them in the game, which is problematic when you're shooting them at things.
Right. Will you be making any early runs to like pick up particularly good weapons or more?
Right now I have the Iron Spark Sword, which will serve us for a time. I will eventually have to go get a new one, which should be in Balmora. But anyway, this is the upstairs of this guy's house. But if you go up here, where you cannot be seen, this guard will follow you. So you can't just steal anything you want.
They know your plan.
Yep, I kind of wanted to steal his pillow.
Moth asks, what advantages do glass arrows have? They're what, lighter and more damage, right?
I think it's just more damage. The higher tier arrows that you get, they do slightly more damage. In combination with the bows.
0.1 weight?
I think so. I think the low tier arrows might be slightly heavier, like iron arrows, but not by much. Whereas, like iron arrows are actually like renewable. Merchants will never run out of them.
Right.
So this is the tavern. There's a bunch of people here. This is one of the more interesting robes in the game. The spider robe.
That is kind of scary.
A little bit.
Is there any story behind that?
Now where did
I think it's just a weird robe, basically.
Know, she was bored one day.
Pretty much.
Yes, friend.
There's actually a lot of NPCs in this tavern that are kind of interesting, that have some other stuff going on. Like this guy with the completely ridiculous name, Yakum Hershishi. He is an Ashlander, which means he's like one of the native Morrowinds, or native Dunlop.
Right.
He's actually from like an Ashland tribe, which we'll probably meet more of later. Nelos Onmar is no one in particular.
So what do you do?
But this lady, I think, Juju? No. Oh no, I remember this quest now. I've gotten ahead of myself. Nelos Onmar, this guy, he is someone of import. But we will find that later. He says that he is a rogue. Curious. Yeah, there's really not much else to do in Pelagiad. There's some farms down here. This is the back road.
Some more mushrooms.
No, actually. There's someone down here. An Argonian, in fact. Junal Lay. Who is growing...
Is this our first
cork
Argonian?
bulb. Yes, I believe it is. Hi there. He is an acrobat. But when he is not acrobating, he grows cork bulb.
You gotta bring in the cash somehow.
Yep. That might have been a she.
Oh. Well.
Now I feel awkward.
Because you don't want to ask.
Yeah. So I think wearing heavier armor actually decreases your stamina faster.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
It does make sense. I know it did in the later games. I can't remember if they programmed that into Morrowind. I feel like they did. And it's not like really explained anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You make different footstep noises, so I'm assuming it does. There's a bandit cave up on that hill too, but they will wreck me if I go in there. I learned that one from experience.
It's all about the choices you make.
Yep. I've walked this road so many times, I know exactly where I'm going.
It's just like, if I saw the pre-modded version, it'll probably look familiar, but now it's just like it's like an entirely different game.
Pretty much. This
Better.
lady is on the side of the road, and she wants to see if we've seen a bandit nearby. And he apparently made off with her jewels, but was very gentle. So obviously she's going to want us to get her jewels back. Except no, she doesn't care about the jewels. She just wants to find the bandit again, because she's in love. And the bandit's name? Nilos Onmar.
Ooh.
I will find this man, and I will give him your glove. Alright.
You sure you want me to kill him for you?
No, you see, she is in love.
Ugh. So that makes her the villain.
Yes.
She is Dagather.
Maleficent. It was a terrible movie.
I never saw it. It's probably fine.
I would avoid it. It had potential. It could have been really good, but it was bad. It was just a blatant Angelina Jolie vehicle.
And you'd think those were, they had learned a lesson with those. But I guess not.
Yeah, there's been several so far. Yep, running all the way back to Pelagiad just to talk to that dark elf. I don't even remember if there's a quest reward for this. I just like completing this quest because I'm a completionist, I guess.
Right.
The thing that sucks about Morrowind is that you do have a journal, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't keep it in any sort of order. It only is like order of happening. So, for example, if you start a quest and then go and do a whole bunch of other stuff first, and then forget what you were doing, have to look it up, all of the information will be like pages and pages ago in your journal.
Sorry, stranger. My time is short.
It's
so
dumb. But anyway. Mauri's glove. How odd indeed. He gives us a note that then when we need to give back to Maury. That's it. That's the quest.
Things were simpler. Honestly, though, actually kind of the same as today.
Pretty much, yeah. Collect 10 pig hides.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's Elder Scrolls Online.
Which is free to play now.
It is free to play, but I'm still not gonna play it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it out, I think.
It's probably... I mean, like, I played the beta, and it was playable. There was nothing overly offensive about it. But there's nothing particularly great about it either.
I think that's the case with many MMOs today.
It is. And I mean, it was especially depressing for me because I actually, I got to the point where I set foot in Morrowind again. Not Vardenfell, mind you, but Morrowind. And I was really excited, and then I looked around, and it was just boring. There was just no personality.
Was there, really?
Yeah. There was, I think there were, giant mushrooms and stuff. So it was they put some effort in, but it was just...
Right.
It just wasn't the same. Oh, hello. I have this note.
When was it supposed to be set again?
It's set in the Second Era, I think.
Oh.
It's weird. It's got, and this quest makes a merchant in a town on the other side of Morrowind like us more. Cool, thanks. Anyway.
Okay.
The game is set... Do you remember in Oblivion, there's the quest in the Mages Guild where, the villain is Mannimarco?
Mm-hmm.
The game, Elder Scrolls Online, takes place, I believe, when Mannimarco is still alive.
Oh.
The first time, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So I'm pretty sure it's in the Second Era. It's before all the rest of the games, for sure.
Right.
Well, maybe not before, Redguard and Arena, but...
Right. Moth, he's actually the Emperor currently, but he asked when Patrick Stewart becomes the Emperor.
Oh, yes, that is correct.
And he is Emperor currently. He's just not in this game at all. He was in the first one, right? Or referenced?
He would have been referenced in pretty much all the games, although... Oh, I can't remember how it all goes now, but it's... Because in one of the games, I'm pretty sure the Emperor dies. I'm pretty sure it's in Daggerfall.
Mm.
And then in Morrowind, there's the new Emperor, who's Uriel Septim the Seventh.
Yeah.
I think. I can't remember exactly how it goes. It's something like that. It's either in Redguard or Daggerfall. The current Emperor dies, and then you get the one that's Emperor in Morrowind and Oblivion.
Yeah.
Briefly in Oblivion, mind you, but...
Yeah. But he makes an impact, and it was...
He does.
I think that was one of the first celebrity voiceover actors I remember hearing about in video games.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I remember hearing a lot about that. Meanwhile, Sean Bean is also in the game and no one cares.
Yeah, seriously. Ooh, this is atmospheric.
Yeah, this is a different region. The Ashlands, I believe. There's also something on top of that mountain. Something very, very interesting.
My favorite.
But we're not going to go in there for a while.
Moff says the ironic twist is that Sean Bean actually survived.
Oh man, that's true. Sean Bean survived to the end of a piece of media.